We recently crossed over $100,000 in sales for one of our projects, and we also got this really special award from StanStore. And at the time of actually recording this video, I just got back from their headquarters in LA, where I actually spent the day with the team. So this software is really, really interesting, guys. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how we not only scaled, but how we used that software to scale more effectively and smarter in 2026. All right. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Leruo Theledi, and I've spent the past few years working with coaches and consultants, helping them scale their offers online. And this video is going to be quite interesting because StanStore, while being a popular tool, is also, from my experience, not the most effective if you're going to use it as your main tool to scale to 100K months and beyond. So let me start off by breaking down the situation of the business that I was actually working with so that you get a better idea of how we actually went out there and used StanStore to scale more effectively. Okay. This business already had a core offer, right? And this offer was pretty much what is currently driving all the revenue, or most of the revenue of the business, right? And so for most coaches and consultants that are already making consistent revenue, you will generally have this core offer, right? An offer that already works, that generates most of the revenue. And to scale to those 100K months, right? What we actually had to do is we had to build a professional funnel around that offer, and then we ran ads to that funnel, right? And so what that looked like in our case was this: we had this low ticket offer and we had this premium offer, or some people might call it like a high ticket offer, right? And so this premium offer served as kind of like our core offer where we would make all our money. And then this low ticket offer would be our where people would kind of like get this like entrance into our world. So the ads would run directly into the low ticket offer, and then we'd have this premium offer as to where we made all our money. Okay. And so that's, by the way, one of the strategies I always speak about on this channel, low ticket ascension. It's my favorite strategy. But with that said, let's go into how we used StanStore to actually scale more effectively. Okay. So at this point in time, right, with this business, we wanted to basically make more money, right? And become more profitable. Okay. So our goal was to increase our profitability, right? And yeah, we wanted to be overall more profitable in this business. Okay. And so we basically set one goal for ourselves, right? The way that we're going to be more profitable is we're going to launch more low priced offers, or in general, just offers to our audience, right? That was like our goal. We just wanted to launch more offers to our audience, right? And customer base, right? Because we knew that these people had already bought the main offer. They had already bought this offer, and some people, like a smaller percentage, would have bought here. And so we wanted to focus on upselling more of these people, cross-selling more of these people, and cross-selling more of these people. So we just wanted to launch more things so we could make more money from our existing customers. Okay. And so while we had this original funnel we built, we actually used a tool called Go High Level to build everything out. And I recommend it. It's the easiest for truly scaling and making sure you have like the correct infrastructure, right? But this is where essentially StanStore came in once we set this goal for ourselves. Now, StanStore is really good at one thing. It is exceptionally simple and exceptionally easy as a coach or consultant to get something selling, right? You literally just need to upload. The landing pages are all really simple, and you can accept payments very, very easily too. It's very, very, very simple to use, right? And that's really good when you want to do what we had the goal of, which was launching more offers. Okay. So we essentially had our core offer, right, that people were buying through our main funnel. And then what we would do is every 2 weeks to 1 month, we would launch a mini offer, right? And for these mini offers, we would actually use StanStore, right? And we would send the traffic to Stan just because of how easy it was to actually set everything up in Stan. And also another reason why is because we didn't really know how well these offers were going to do when we launched them, right? So we're increasing our customer lifetime value by launching more of these offers. So for example, we would give them more guides, more things that were constantly asking questions about, more stuff related to this, and we would put those into products and we'd sell them, right? But some of them like did okay, and some of them like really, really crushed it. Like one of the offers would have crushed it. And so when we're testing, we don't want to put in like excessive or unnecessary amounts of efforts into building complicated things. And this is where I can say the downfall of using something like High Level would be, because it's a much more advanced system, and to literally just test an offer and get it out there, it's actually like 10 times more work than just using StanStore, right? But it's really good at optimizing an offer that already works. And so once we would like launch these offers, we would see in Stan which one did the best, okay? And then the one that did the best, we would actually then go ahead and actually build also another funnel around that in high level, right? We would take it, build a funnel around that exact offer because it clearly did the best, and then we would repeat the same process, right? We would run ads to that offer, whether it's cold or retargeting, and build a nice funnel around it and try to actually go out there and scale it, right? And so what this has allowed us to do is be significantly more efficient, and that's why Stan actually gave us that award, because we just were testing so many offers that at some point, you know, we crossed the $100,000 threshold, which for them is a big thing, right? And so and essentially that's what we did, right? So if you're a coach or consultant, we've actually figured out that for ourselves, we had the best experience, right? When we had our core offer already working, we had our system, our infrastructure built out, and we actually used Stan to go out there and just test multiple different offers and see how they did. And it's funny, like we could literally launch offers in less than 24 hours in terms of just the setup side of things, just because of how easy it is to do a Stan, right? And another really awesome thing is that if you have like a social media, like an Instagram account, and now you have like 5-6 products, right? We always use the Stan link for our Instagram account, right? And it links to all our products, because actually most people who come into our world, they see our ads that like drive people to our funnel, right? And then they follow us on Instagram, or they see our ads and then they check out Instagram. So our ads are already sending them to our core offer, right? No matter what. And then Instagram and Stan are just this way of like nurturing, and essentially here you have it more like a storefront, right? And then you have like all the different products, and then even the winning products, right? It just links to that winning funnel, right? Which is quite cool. With Stan, you can just link to the funnel that is already a winning funnel, right? Or a winning offer, whatever you would call it, right? And so that is essentially how we actually use StanStore to be a lot more efficient with running our business and increasing our customer lifetime value. So you can kind of think of it more like this back-end tool or software, or however you'd want to call it, right? But yeah, so that is essentially what we did to actually go out there and scale. Now on my channel, I go into more detail on scaling strategies, like what does it mean to actually build out these funnels? How do they look like? What is like the right pricing for your low priced offer? What's the right pricing for your high priced offer, right? What should you do if you're in a certain niche? These are all things I cover on my channel in much more detail, okay? So if you want to get more of that good stuff, then just drop a subscribe and hit the bell notification if you want to get notified when we do drop the next one, all right? Now with that said, I wish you a ton of luck with your business, and I can't wait to see you scale.